Trump strikes again. Pharma stocks in freefall. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the market just took a nosedive. The culprit? None other than our tweeter-in-chief Donald Trump and his latest bright idea, tariffs. That's right, tariffs on pharmaceuticals. Because nothing says making America great again like making life-saving drugs more expensive. The minute those words left his mouth, pharma stocks went into freefall. It was like watching a flock of pigeons scatter when a firecracker goes off. Investors hit the panic button, dumping their shares faster than you can say pre-existing condition. And who can blame them? The uncertainty, the volatility, it's enough to make your head spin. But here's the thing about tariffs, they're not just bad for the companies being targeted, they're bad for everyone. They're like a virus, spreading through the economy and infecting everything in their path. Shockwaves in the market, a domino effect. Remember that game we used to play as kids, dominoes? You'd line them all up and then knock over the first one, and then bam, 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 they'd all fall down one after another. Well, that's kind of what's happening to the market right now. The tariffs are the first domino, and they've already started to knock over the others. It started with pharma, but it didn't stop there. The fear spread like wildfire, engulfing other sectors of the market. Tech stocks, down. Manufacturing, down. Even the usually resilient energy sector took a hit. It's like the entire market is having a collective panic attack. And you know what happens when the market gets scared? People stop spending money, they tighten their belts, batten down the hatches, and brace themselves for the worst. And when consumer spending goes down, well, that's when things start to get really ugly. Because less spending means less demand, which means businesses have to start cutting back. They lay off workers, they slash prices, and in some cases they even go belly up. It's a vicious cycle, and once it starts spinning, it's hard to stop. Gloom and doom. Economists sound the alarm. Even the economists, those perpetually optimistic number crunchers, are starting to sweat. They're looking at the data, they're listening to the rhetoric coming out of Washington, and they're not liking what they see. Growth forecasts are being slashed left and right, like a butcher hacking away at a side of beef. The consensus seems to be that we're heading for a slowdown, and some are even whispering the dreaded R word, recession. It's a word that strikes fear into the hearts of even the most seasoned investors, and it's not hard to see why. Recessions mean job losses, they mean bankruptcies, and they mean a whole lot of economic pain. And the worst part is there's not a whole lot anyone can do to stop it. The Federal Reserve can try to stimulate the economy by lowering interest rates, but that's like trying to put out a forest fire with a garden hose. It might help a little, but it's not going to solve the underlying problem. A golden opportunity or fool's gold? And if things weren't already crazy enough, we've got another curveball to deal with. Bitcoin. That's right, Bitcoin. That volatile, unpredictable digital currency that everyone loves to hate and secretly loves to invest in. Rumor has it that the US government is considering selling off some of its gold reserves to buy Bitcoin. You heard that right. They're thinking about trading in the world's oldest safe haven asset for the Wild West of cryptocurrencies. Now, I'm no financial advisor, but this seems like a terrible idea. It's like selling your house to buy lottery tickets. Sure, you might get lucky and win big, but it's far more likely that you'll just end up broke and homeless. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a comedian with a TV show. Maybe the geniuses in Washington are onto something. Maybe Bitcoin is the future of finance. And maybe this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Or maybe, just maybe, they've finally lost their minds. Only time will tell.